Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 2 now. The Summit 7 European qualifying action. Alliance versus Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports up 1-0 here. In this best of 3, Alliance trying to fight back and force that third game where Mouse Sports are looking to move on and play Navi in the winner bracket finals. I'm Bricky CPK, joined by Z-Rock. We got a Magnus for Alliance. Now this seems definitely like Alliance, and wouldn't be surprised now, especially if the Juggernaut eventually comes out.
Alliances turn to ban.
I am still muted. Oh, my bad. My B.
It's like you are waiting a long time to get this going.
Yeah. No, I was saying, though, with the Magnus pick, probably now definitely going to see that. I mean, not definitely, but the Juggernaut is
yeah,
very likely option.
Yeah, and if you're Mouse, I think you ban it just to throw him off the game. Alliance is super comfortable running Mag Jug. Probably their strongest duo that they run. Why bother giving it to them? Make Low to play something different.
Yeah. Ban the Phoenix before that. Yeah, the initial bans, Wisp, Clockwork coming out for Mouse, and then you had Ricky and Warlock coming out for Alliance here. Now Bounty Hunter for Alliance.
They really, really do not want maybe next time they get an Invis hero. All right. Ban in the Jug. Good call.
Yeah.
So what does this leave open for decent mag carry picks? Slark is definitely one that comes to mind. Troll being another. I would say either of them have good potential in this game to see play. I like Troll into this lineup so far. All you got to do is smash a W before the LC duels you, and then you're pretty much unkillable to him. Yeah, we'll see. I want to see Alina out of Mouse. I think it'll go really well with the draft. It lanes well into Magnus. And if you sit back, you can disrupt the RP skewer combo. Just basically get the light strike array when you see the RP start to come, possibly get some people out of getting skewered back.
Radiant team.
See if that's an option here. They ban out the Ember Spirit. Does Alliance. So you're hinting at, though, you think that's going to be a Magnus mid?
I would assume so. We could see a mag off. They definitely run it, but I know Limp's played it as well. I think Limp played it yesterday. I think it didn't go very well. But, yeah, either way. Mag off's okay. I don't see an issue with it necessarily, but there are still some premium offlaners left. Not that anyone picks Abaddon, but still a thing. Just saying, guys. China likes it. North America likes it.
You should like it.
Exactly.
If any likes it, you should like it. It's my.
I mean, maybe the EU scene's just a couple months behind. You know, it takes a little while.
That must be it. Yeah.
I mean, Lina was getting picked by the Chinese months ago, and kind of just became a mainstream pick at Kiev.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I want to see out of Mouse for sure. Is Lina. There's not that many terrible matchups for Alina either. TA is arguably one of the worst.
I think Puck maybe comes to mind too. I know Thug and Puck go together pretty well.
They do. Then you need a carry that can really get some damage out, because you're going to be very CC reliant with your first 3 picks. Legion does do some damage, especially at 7, right when those overwhelming odds get maxed. That's a hell of a carry to pair with an LC.
Jeez, we're
Pudge!
Flying here.
We got a Pudge!
We do. That just, wow. Lycan into Dazzle and a Pudge, just one after the other all of a sudden.
Yeah, they had no doubt about what they were picking on Mouse's side.
So the snap reaction.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, so all I'm seeing out of Alliance is 3 picks right now. They're super defensive. In the Living Armor, the Overgrowth, the Dazzle in general. And I was going to say, Mag doesn't do that much damage. And neither do either of those supports. They needed damage. PA fits that bill for sure.
Yeah, they got it. And another one that definitely benefits quite a bit from the Empower, so it's a good option all around, it seems like.
10 seconds
sticking to Lycan could be an issue, but that's what those other heroes are there for.
5 seconds
Yeah, exactly. And it's very hard to get dueled on PA. Mouse needs a high magic DPS mid. Puck's still okay. Lina still seems very premium here, though. Very, very good. Invoker wouldn't be bad either. You can get lifts into Sunstrike at level 1. Pudge hook into Sunstrike's always an option. and with the LC has some great potential. And the amount of damage they can give one of those people between Howl and Alacrity would be just
10
filthy.
seconds remaining.
So, especially with how quick it was, why the
5
Pudge decision?
seconds
What like
remaining.
was the reason for Mouse to be like, we're gonna fourth pick a Pudge here and do it very
Reserve
quickly in
time.
response to the Dazzle even like.
I mean, it had nothing to do with the Dazzle. That was snap picked immediately after the Dazzle pick. A big portion of it is that you can hook people out of Overgrowth. So you kind of save them if you're sitting far enough back on their side and disrupt the Mag RP combo a little bit. You either hook the Mag out of it before the Skewer and try to kill him, or if the Mag doesn't get the turn, you know how when people RP, they turn around and it pulls the people to the front of the Mag? Mm-hmm. Have you seen that? So if he does that, there's a chance if he screws up the turn, you can just hook your ally back and save him. So I like the pick overall. It's just a question of the problem we see with Pudges is they offer very, very little if you start losing. If you're not ahead and he's able to be in fog and hook and do a lot of things, you can really struggle. So it'll definitely be a tempo game for Miles. They're going to want to put the pressure on hard and fast.
Yeah, looking to hide, looking to get those early ganks is definitely on the game plan here for Mouse Sports. Well, you pick up a Pudge in the first place. And I also feel like Pudge has the potential to also be aggressive as far as the laning phase goes, too.
Yeah, especially when coupled with Howl. So Rot does let him make okay trades because he can stick to somebody. And when you couple that with Howl, he shoves the edge up that if you try to man fight him during Rot, how badly you're going to lose. So if he gets to somebody in the early game, can definitely do a ton of damage to them. And as I said, I like the pick overall. It's just they got to make sure they have a good laning phase.
Alliance's turn to pick.
So if you're Alliance, are you thinking mid PA or are you thinking carry PA? Because you have to pick whatever one you don't want here first. You don't get to save it as a reaction pick. I'd say carry PA is the safer route. But the TA being banned out mid is... TA's just got very few bad matchups. So banning that out's a very solid ban on a mouse. Huh. Like, I don't think Puck works for Alliance here. I don't think you have enough damage to do that. Lena's still okay on their side as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty bad team to run Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
Not a whole lot of good options, it sounds like. I was gonna say,
Okay.
could still have the Magnus middle instead, and sure enough,
I think that's going to be Carry's. I think that's going to be Carry Centaur.
Whoa, really? Wow, you're all over the place here. Okay, so you think it's going to be
it was huge. It was ran for a while. That was before a big nerf to running Carry Centaur. Manta used to do full return damage to towers. So you just go like second item Manta. You go Hood into Manta and just push constantly and make sure the towers were hitting the Centaur images. And you just have free pressure on all the towers. That did get removed. Illusions no longer affect towers with return. I don't think they affect anything with return now. So probably won't be seeing that kind of a build. But Carry Centaur did stick around a little after that. You just get a good laning phase, you pressure with double edge, and just look to get a very tanky Centaur that frontlines for you.
Okay, so Carry Centaur, so then that means the mid Phantom Assassin then, and then with the offlane Magnus.
That would be my guess. Mag does better in the offlane than Centaur too. He falls back to jungle a little easier. His jungle isn't quite as risky as Centaur's, especially against like a Pudge running around the woods looking for you. Because like Centaur, when he jungles, is at very, very low HP a lot until like Tranquils and Cloak, basically, when he can double edge freely. So if they want to go a safer laning route, that'll be how it is. If they think Centaur can get levels safely in the offlane, maybe they do run mid mag. But yeah, I don't know. Alliance's lanes are all over the place, man. I got nothing. I gave my initial thoughts, but it could be whatever the hell they want.
I mean, yeah, for my analysis in the sense of what we see all the time is that, by the way, are we paused? We are paused, yeah. I was sitting here like, wait, how is this still a thing? Is that...
Oh, Spartan DC, that's why, okay.
Yeah, so anyways, the typical from what we've seen lately is the center off, you got the Magnus mid, and the Phantom Assassin core, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're trying to give a little bit of a different possibility, which is always good.
When's the last time we actually saw an offlane Centaur?
No, it's been forever because, well, when's the
Yeah.
last time we've seen a Centaur, though, to be fair? Like, when we were seeing Centaur, it was offlane. I know you talk about this idea of a carry Centaur, but as you even start, like, that was even way back when, right? So
It wasn't that long ago. It was
longer
after
than an
TI.
offlane Centaur, is my point.
Yeah, it was between TI and Boston. And Boston is where Carry Centaur ran offlane Centaur like ran wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they were kind of back-to-back metas. We'll have to see. I really don't know. I just don't think like the problem with Centaur offlane, and one of the reasons he fell out of favor is it's so hard to get anything done with him. You really want the early levels because Double Edge is such a potent ability when he hits level 7, and if he's not going to be able to get those levels,
Reserve time.
it loses a lot of value. Huh.
Go D, final pick.
Okay. So they have a lot of saves on Mouse Sports side. You've got defensive hooks, you've got nighttime howl, press the attack, and OD astral. There's so many different ways to stop people from dying that whoever PA Blink Strikes on should have some way to get help. And I'm really liking this draft out of Mouse. If they execute well, it's going to be extremely hard for Alliance to find traction, barring some huge RP out of whoever plays the mag. I don't know. Maybe they'll run like carry mag. Who knows?
Well, we're not seeing just yet. Wait, did everyone just DC? Are we?
10 seconds remaining.
Are we
Yeah, it
remaking?
looks like we're remaking.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay,
Interesting.
Yeah. We might be remaking here. We'll
Yeah,
find out in
wait
a
for the
second.
admin decision. But yeah. Oh, no, people pick stuff, but they're all still DC. And it will be a... Really?
I assume they just picked random stuff. Like, there's no way this is what's going
Okay.
on.
Okay, Alliance's hero selections all looked like normal-ish for who was going to play him other than the offlane. That's why I was curious.
Oh yeah, no, that's. But then yeah, you look at Mouse.
Yeah, then I looked at I looked at Mouse and I'm like, nah. Do we have word? Are we remaking?
Well, the admin's suggesting that they're trying to figure it out right now, really. So
Okay.
I'm still loading in myself. I'm not even loaded in. Apparently, I think the server might have had an issue.
I see.
According to the admin, yeah, he's like the only one in the game. So, well, the draft. I mean, I feel like the draft is obviously going to be the same, but
Yep.
as far as
Yeah, they got the last pick in. You just remake it all pick and jam the picks in real quick.
Prepare for battle.
This is where the admin trolls everyone and makes it ARDM or turns cheats on.
yeah, everybody do your thing. Yeah, so I'm guessing we have a remake here because there's not even paused and everyone's not in the server. So
All right,
let's just
I'm
go
moving.
ahead and make the safe assumption here. All right, so yeah, we are having a remake. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting draft here. And now we saw like Alliance. It was a little more. I don't want to analyze it too much until we actually see who's playing what. But
Yeah. I mean, in the end, I think the one thing that can be said with 100% certainty is Alliance desperately needs the PA to do well if they want to take the game past 30 minutes. Like, they have very, very low sustained damage outside of Phantom Assassin.
yeah, Phantom Assassin. When it comes to being kited, there's that potential. But that's where, like we're talking about, it goes back to having the supporting cast kind of take care of that for you. You got the Hoof Stomp, you got the Overgrowth to root everyone in place, as well as the Bash coming out of Nature's Guise. You got the Slow from Dazzle even. And then obviously
Lobby
the
is
big
up.
RP from the Magnus there. So lobby is up. I do not see it yet. Are you in it?
No, I was waiting for you to see if camera control.
Okay, I don't see the lobby yet.
Refresh on Lux.
Oh, I'm on captain's mode. That's why. Yeah. No, there you go. Because yeah, it is all pick now. That makes more sense.
Ta-da. All right.
All right, getting back the players in here, and then we'll be good to resume on. Again, it's a 1-0 lead for Mouse right now over Alliance. Trying to force a third game is Alliance. But so the potential, with Tree being introduced, the potential of something like an offlane, I always found kind of interesting. And perhaps I could also go for more of an aggressive build even as a result, too.
On Tree?
On Tree, yeah.
The issue is, what does Tree get with items? Like, even if you give him some extra XP early on, the extra levels are less impactful than on any other offlaner if you look at them, and the items themselves don't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
If you're going to run an offlane Tree, okay, you get an Ags, you get a Blink, and then you're starting to get stuff like Shivas, and in the end, you're still just going to overgrowth. It's just one of those heroes that doesn't gain that much off of getting a bunch of items or levels. Because skill build wise and the way the hero is stacked up, yeah, it'd make a fine offlaner. But like under that same thought process, Ricky could be like one of the best offlaners in the game. He's super slippery. He's got a lot of ways to get out, permanent invis, and he scales better with items. But you need somebody right now that can jungle, which Tree's awful at, and you need someone that does something with the items and levels.
So I don't know if they're trolling in chat or what's going on, but suggesting that some of the final picks are actually different than, let me make sure I'm on the right screen here, different than what maybe they actually, this is going to be interesting because there's a hint that it's actually meant to be an axe instead of the centaur.
I think he's trolling.
Might have been. No, it is an axe, yeah.
They're actually going to let him do it? Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for us to, you know, obviously.
There might be a huge lobby bug. Maybe they just couldn't pick.
Yeah, there's something was going. But still, I mean, it sets up for.
And Mouse kept the OD, so if they were given an option to redo the last two picks, okay. So this makes the lanes a lot more clear. Offlane Axe is a hell of a lot better than offlane Centaur.
Yeah, so it's again. I don't think they're not taking advantage of anything. It's just it was hard for us to see what was going on. Wait. Hold on. There might be something here. Wait, the admins are kind of talking about it in the Discord that we're in.
All pick.
I guess.
I mean, in the end, it's a captain thing. The captain's just got to figure it out. If that really was a bug, they just need to both stay in all chat. We're good and go.
Prepare for battle.
I think the player, like the teams, kind of agreed that was the case. So I think the teams are kind of just going with it, but the admins kind of like, wait, what? What just happened here? So, well, I mean, if the teams are fine, then whatever.
Yeah, exactly. If the teams are fine, don't worry about it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Loda's pinging out Jonas and Fan like, what are you doing in my lane? Get out of here.
You're not supposed to be up here. They're all five up here, though.
He might just jungle from level 1.
What does he
the
have?
bot lane's a little sketchy. He's going to go ahead and... Yeah, if you give him the bounty and he gets a shield, and then he can jungle.
May your time be averted.
Going this makes it... I think they're maybe debating if they aggro try or not. This is just weird.
Yeah, trying to decide what they really want to do. Trying to... I mean, they didn't really get any aggressive vision down, so it's not like they're, like, scouting out. It's just more so... Perhaps just talking it over still. I mean, with all the remake and everything, they would have figured that out by now, but...
Yeah, this just seems like miscommunication. It's strange. Well, they're going to make this bounty right on time. Expect Tree to take Leech Seed here if they want to take this level 1 engage. If they just push people off, you might hold the skill point.
Yeah, that they are. Little will pick it up, and thus they get 3 bounty runes, and it is going to be an aggressive trial lane. Actually here, so... PA down here with EGM and Hanskin.
So the big benefit to this, you can keep Spartan here. And actually, Spartan was forced to take Hook at level 1, but making good use of it, pulling EGM under the tower. This is going to be very painful.
Spartan takes some damage himself, but yeah, EGM definitely got fairly low. The salve is popped, though. Hal was taken at level 1 from Lycan. I mean, when you're with Tri versus Trial Lane, it makes sense. Like, that's such a good ability in this case, of course.
Yeah, definitely the better choice here. Spartan having Hook is really rough. Because, well, he's in about the only spot he can be. Yeah, he's got to just try to hook people under tower.
That was the toss into it. MNT was even pinging and spamming it like crazy, but Spartan just couldn't hook in time.
Maybe next time he's in trouble. He doesn't have lift for 8 seconds. Is EGM going to go for it?
Lead seed in 2. Lead seed's up.
Needs one more auto.
Get close enough. Lift. Throw in the tower. He's fine. And now EGM's the one in trouble. Hal's put up as well. One auto attack. There we go. First blood in favor of the Radiant side, excuse me. How's that is?
Awkward.
Yeah.
Just awkward.
Mouz responds, though. Just wanted to go too deep, so the aggressive trial lane. Again, PA is having a great time, to be fair, so that's being accomplished, but giving up first blood definitely hurts.
Yeah, for sure. The Skylark-Jonathan fan match up top, the AXE-LC, is going to be very interesting. It's definitely a skill-based matchup that leans Axe's way. It's hard to fight into counter Helix early, but you can spike some good damage on the Axe with the overwhelming odds, and once you get enough points up in Moment of Courage, you can kind of start to tank the damage out a little bit.
Axe going to get that bounty rune up here. He is 14-0 to start right now at the top lane. LC 15-0 though, so back and forth battle up there for sure. Got middle matchup, 12-3 OD versus the 8-1 Magnus. OD having the better.
Yeah, I would imagine we're going to see like the 4-1-4 build out of OD this game, unless he thinks the game is going to get too fast for him. The points at Arcane Orb will zone limp out to the point all you can do is Q for CS, or he eats like 2 Arcane Orbs and is in deep trouble.
Madara, looks like they might have been looking to go on him there. He's up at the creep wave, and if he's there, then Dazzle, of course, can get a shadow wave off and do some damage, but he backs off in time. Being very hesitant. The Invis Rubik opens up. The hook does connect after the lift, and Treant Protector in trouble. The Howl comes out, a lot of auto attack damage. Spartan is going to be the one to, no, MNT actually the one to finish him off on Rubik, and now Hanskin is having to pop the Shallow Grave, go for the TP. He'll be fine. But you just see the Howl, man, even level 1. So much
and this
damage.
Is beautiful synergy. You can tell they've ran this duo before. The Rubik is lifting perfectly in place for where the Pudge wants the hook.
Yeah.
And it's very well communicated right now. For everyone in their pubs that's seen a Rubik try to lift and set up a punch hook, it's a rough process.
Oh yeah, without communicating or being players that play with each other all the time, it's pretty difficult. It's not one you want to just try on the whim by any means. But yeah, good job right there. Well, even with the good execution though, they're gonna miss some, and we saw that earlier. That's bound to happen. But yeah, you gotta wonder if Alliance, are they really, in fact, they're gonna run down Madara here. Leech seed on. Pops the Hal though, heals up a little bit. It's only level 1 though. Another dagger comes out, and where's the support, man? They were busy elsewhere.
Chilling. I mean, Spartan had to run all the way back to base. It's a long, lonely road. So just TPing back. But yeah, maybe next time is off wandering.
Well, Rubik, he was getting the illusion rune meanwhile, so yeah, both the supports happen to leave him, and Alliance takes advantage. I was just about to say, is Alliance, how long are they going to commit to this? But after that, they definitely want to keep this going, I'm sure.
Well, they do so much damage when they get on somebody. Like, we think Howl does a lot, but you got to also consider Stifling Dagger. Oh, they're still going. They
are going pretty deep right here. The Rot, though, from Spartan trying to slow them down. Maybe set up a turn kill on an EGM, perhaps. He'll now put the damage into Spartan, but out comes the Shallow Grave. It's going to allow EGM to keep running at him. Elsewhere, there's a kill happening, but down goes Spartan. MNT will get the kill on the EGM, though. And off of the top lane, Jonas Fan fell to Skylark.
Without duel. That just should never happen.
Yeah, he just gets 6 there. But yeah, how would that, I guess, overwhelming odds just got him in a big creep wave, perhaps?
It was probably one of those awkward man fights, and then the Q just tipped it in LC's favor, the overwhelming odds. But still should never happen. I was just going to say, yeah, the Blightstone on PA is adding so much damage to this tri lane. Just an insane amount, because Tree's auto is already hurt. If you're taking armor away, they're doing even more. And Dazzle's Shadow Wave is physical damage. So any ticks he can get off that.
Oh. Yeah, it's not going to be enough, though. Living armor helping, too. But yeah.
Battles going on here for this game. I'm excited.
We got a Pudge. I mean, you always got to be excited about that. Wow, he's going for the kill, and he gets it. He puts himself under with the last tower, but Hans can stay nearby. Wants the skill for sure, but he's not going to get it. Odie pops a Fairy Fire. He's going to run, maybe go for the turn on Hans, and Spartan comes in as well. Rot's put up. Needs to be careful with the tower himself. He is going to fall. Oh, no. Spartan ends up feeding in the end. That's awkward.
After Thug just wasn't dropping, the Pudge is like, I can help. Spartan runs up all valiantly and just gets whacked by Dazzle.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, he wraps around and actually takes out Hanskin behind the tower. The action continues.
Yeah.
So 6-3 lead now for Mouse Sports.
We need like Pimp Muckle to do the camera in this game. We can't talk and do camera for something like this. It's chaotic.
It's brutal, man. LC though, he's level 8. Wow. He's really up there.
That kill really threw him ahead of the Axe. Axe just now hitting 7. Axe has Vanguard queued up first. Usually this is what you do if you think laning phase is going to extend and you're going to be in a 1v1 longer. So,
Loda, good reaction though. Not really reaction. I mean, there was no follow-up lockdown to be fair, but
yeah.
Good getaway even. But again, they land the lift into the hook there.
Yeah.
And now Spartan back to the middle lane. He's going back and forth.
This is going to get real interesting because Skylark's almost a blink. And once that happens, Loda is eligible to be eaten at any point.
Yeah, and I was going to mention too, with especially in the Traverse's trial lane, it's always good to see the magic sticks picked up at least. And right now, there's only on the side of the Radiant. Both Lycan and Pudge actually have one. Outside of that, nobody else has it. Down here.
Outside of Howl, there go.
Yeah, they are going to go in. Spartan got the hook initially, but now he's backing up. But the Howl goes up from Madara. That's level 2. Shallow Grave applied to Hanskin. Well, delayed if anything, but MNT hunting him down. He wants this kill. Damn it. Another auto attack. Yep, not even needed. Spartan comes in and rots him to death right there. Loda now just going to have to keep running away. And they're pinging out the Treant. I know he's in the area.
Mag's rotating, though. They want Loda. Or, the words. They want Spartan, because he's hiding in the trees. But Jukes his way out. Loda decides it's not worth, or Limp decides it's not worth the long trip down.
He actually just left the double damage rune, too. I'm a little
His
surprised at that. But that's
his
greedy.
bottle's on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to wait for the bottle to come, smash the bottle, get full mana.
Bottom lane, by the way.
Yeah.
EGM, he's in trouble right here. He wants to go to Spartan once again, but he's not going to get a living armor. Will not save him either. And it's a dominating streak for the Rubik now. Dazzle running after Madara, but he just doesn't do enough damage himself, especially with the Howl on top of that. Double kill for Rubik. This Rubik, I feel like, is having a lot of kills. Yeah, he's 5-0-2.
Yeah. He's huge.
Jesus. He's got Arcane Boots coming up, and how about that Blink, by the way? Oh, LC actually choosing to go the Armlet instead, as that was down here. Okay. I can't look elsewhere, man. Just got to keep down here.
That's Mouz just saying, yo, we're fine. Don't worry about it. You just crush the Axe. But Jonathan Fan says, I'm done here. He wants to rotate bottom. And they know Madara is down here somewhere.
Duels put up. Catches Phantom Assassin. Loda. Counterattack's coming in. The hook to guarantee it. Didn't get the winner, though. That's unfortunate. But they get the kill. Jonathan Fan. Berserker's call on cooldown, actually.
It's a tanky Axe, though. His Vanguard is done.
Spartan is going to get caught by it. Not enough mana for the Culling Blade, but not needed. Shockwave comes through. And that does secure the kill. Skylark on the run, though. Trying to juke and jive every which way here.
They were all full HP. That was just overwhelming odds. Dazzle's was under half just from that Q.
Just runs away.
Skylark is in a really awkward position.
Still going, yeah. He's
He's
not going up there. RP's committed. He has the Empower buff applied. They need this kill, especially now, and they will get it. Yeah, running up there in the first place.
Save your teammate syndrome? He'll be fine.
In fact, they want the kill now on Limp.
Sanity's up. He wants just farm stacks on Limp here.
Yeah, he gets it. These teams, they want to fight. Oh, coup de grace.
Oh, that empowered crit dagger.
That hurts.
They really do. Midas up on Bug. Please use.
Waiting for it. He's going to use it right here. There we go. Just need to find the creep. But yeah, 11 to 6 hero kills. We're not even 11 minutes into this game. Averaging a hero kill per minute on the side of Mouse Sports alone. So you talked about Axe, though. We mentioned about LC and the success he's had early on. Well, Axe also doing pretty well despite that death. Vanguard, poor man shield, and a Blink is almost online for him, too.
Yeah, the kill bottom was big. They got a tower off of it. And Axe has just been jungling ever since he died to 2 DLC. So definitely what he needed to do, and he is pretty well caught up. Vanguard's done. Blink will be online shortly. They're in a very similar spot overall. because the LC went for phase boots.
Skylark, meanwhile, back to the bottom lane. As you mentioned, the LC, the phase boots, the armlet.
Dire's top tower
So
is
his
under
blink can
attack.
take a little bit longer. Over here, hook connected onto the axe. And this is going to be a big kill for them. Berserker's call to tank up a little bit extra, but
Oh no.
Thug will finish him.
I thought the call was going to give Skylark the duel. The extra armor almost let him get there.
Radiant's middle tower is
Rubik's
under
run down at
attack.
the top lane. They were diving pretty deep, it seems like. But only losing the Rubik in return. Madara gets out. And he's just going to go back to jungling. He too is working on that armlet, of course, and into the Mask of Madness. So once again, going the fairly traditional build as of late.
Yep, armlet will be up right after the Centaur. And they're kind of just waiting on LC Blink. That's the next item they need. Their initiation is very, very poor, barring an insane hook out of Spartan.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage again spawning here, and Axe is actually going to go over to pick it up this time around, or spot it at least. I guess, again, they're going to allow Limp to bottle it. We saw what happened last time, but this time he's...
Yeah, he has a bottle this time, so he's actually going to bottle it.
Yeah.
Last time I just tweaking it.
He's got it this time. Meanwhile, Axe taking out a nice double stack Ancients here. So that blink, just about finished. It's definitely going to be a key item, as it always is. Phantom Assassin, by the way, the Vlad's has been picked up, so very team fight-ready item.
Thug's running out of Force Staff already after going Midas. He's very, very large right now. And he's the one you want the blink reveal to be on. You're going to want to try to just blink call him, let PA go. Try to pop Thug here, because he needs to die. If he keeps ramping, this is going to be really difficult.
Ooh.
Dire's
Try to
middle
catch
tower is
Dazzle
under
over here.
attack.
They're going to spell steal the heal, but Spartan wanted that hook. Couldn't land it. He does have Dismember,
Smoked
though.
up. Axe blink.
Try to set up a kill on this
Radiant's
farm.
top
Thug, you just
tower
talked
is
about
under
it. He's the
attack.
top net worth. This would be the prime target if they could get him. Are they going? Yeah, they are. There we go. The call in. They have an RP just in case. He hooks him back,
Got
though.
him.
What an angle right there from Spartan.
Wow.
Somehow found it. And now they're looking to return. Dismember activated. Now comes the overgrowth. RP's running on in. He catches several, and he'll skewer them back into the tower right here. There are three. Maybe next time is one of them. He skewers back on out, though. Sending the Eclipse comes out. Shallow Grave going to save Limp for the time being, but they lose Phantom Assassin in the midst of it. Jonas a fan. He is still alive. Puts the Paddle Hunger up, but down it goes. Limp right there, and they're going to lose Axe on top of that. And now Hanskin throws out that defensive wave, but that's only going to delay the inevitable. What a turnaround for Mouz. Unbelievable, considering the RP on top of that.
Yeah, you had the RP, but you had nothing to follow it. There was no damage.
Dire's middle tower
Like,
is
Axe
under
doesn't do anything if people aren't hitting him. Tree does no damage. Dazzle does very little. Their only damage is on PA, and she doesn't have enough items yet. Like that you could not have dreamt of a better initiation off that mag.
How did Spartan find that angle, by the way? I thought for sure, I mean, Axe
was
even
sick.
positioned himself to, like,
That's
prevent
knowing the hitboxes down to a pixel.
Yeah, that was impressive. And you don't pick a hero like Pudge unless the players played it at least once or twice before and pretty comfortable on it. So
Yeah, I think you're
Really
missing a
he
couple
is.
zeros.
yeah, maybe 100 plus.
That was nuts. I still can't believe that hook. It was so well done. I thought best case scenario pulls the axe away, no Culling Blade, but
I was
yeah,
meant to
insane.
Rubik, he's not afraid to push up by himself even. Steals the Empower and then walks off. So going to be a nice little buff for his team now.
Oh, and on the back of that, you've got Thug pretty much with Hurricane Pike already. And
Yeah.
once that's done, how do you kill him? You have a bunch of melee heroes. So unless you keep him perma-stunned with Axe Call and RP, he's just going to Hurricane Pike the PA as soon as PA blink strikes and walk away.
Yeah. Mask of Madness coming out for Lycan as well, so he's going to have that combo early on. Axe trying to get in range for some kind of call. He's pinging them out. They see them, but again, they just really can't get close enough unless Mouse hangs around, which they are. Now, they see them, though, so it's the game of we see each other. Now what? Who's going to go in
Dire's
first?
Yeah.
top tower is under attack.
Rubik's making his
And
way
the
over.
key people not being gone, like, Loda isn't here. I don't even think you'll look to take this fight unless Loda's going to rotate.
Yeah, they're both at the bottom. Loda and OD, that is, are both down here. So, yeah, that seems like they would have favored Mouse for sure.
Yeah, the deep ward sees Thug, though, or will see Thug if he backs up. This is insane map awareness, but
That
he needs to
scan. They just scanned him. Now they see him for sure. Oh, the forest staff. That timing.
Man, what a sick force.
And they know he TP'd down there because they were seeing him up here, and he got down there quickly. So they're just going to push top. They know it's a free tower.
Dire's top tower is under
Smart play from mouz right here.
Very. I mean, that was insane reaction time to get the force staff off before the call.
Seeming like a lot like the Na'Vi series earlier. The idea of just, you know, very clean Dota right now on the side of mouz.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I mean, they're not taking a ton of risks, and to be honest, it doesn't matter at this point. They got caught last fight bad and just still crushed. Here's a duel.
Yeah, Axe gets caught. Oh, the hook just to give him the winner.
Spartan's a kill stealer.
Honestly, without that, I think he would have survived the winner at least, so.
Probably.
That's,
I don't think you're too worried about LC's duel damage in this game, though.
True.
You got OD, you do plenty, but the only question mark is going to be what item you get to stop PA's evasion. Is it going to be a Silver Edge on LC? Is it going to be a Silver Edge on Lycan? Could be a Bloodthorn on OD. But that is probably the one thing you need to think about answering in the next item or two.
True. Yeah, and if you're Alliance, you're down 5,300 net worth, but this is a team with the potential of landing one big team fight with a wombo combo, and then all of a sudden they're right back in the game. So, as long as it's not too ridiculous of a lead here, I still think Alliance can overall be satisfied with where they're at.
It's getting close to that kind of lead, though. Like, Loda doesn't have his Deso done yet. It's getting close. So, let's see. What does he need to be able to be effective here? He's going to need, just assuming we hit the hero RP, he needs Deso plus 1 damage item. With a mag, you'd like it to be something agility focused. Maybe Manta?
Yeah. There's a medallion picked up by Treant. Ooh, they're rotating in the middle lane too. We're in that area. They have a smoke up. Rubik.
Smoke broke.
Gonna say hello. Yeah, they were trying to sneak a Roshan, it almost feels like.
The bash. Aw. Thought they were going to just dive
no,
on
they're just running in a big call. Here comes the RP as well. Here's a chance for Alliance that we're talking about. OD is picked off right off the bat. Buyback on Spartan immediately, by the way. They also lost Rubik in the midst of this, and they are going to lose Skylark. That's exactly what they needed, and now Roshan is seeming a lot more appetizing here.
What a misplay from mouz, the group like that, and a great call from Jonas McCann. You can't take that away from the guy. He hit 3 very, very core targets.
But they should never have that chance. No, I'm with you. You got to call him out for sure on that.
Like, I want to, you know, not try to shit on mouz too much for that, but, like, you can't let most of your saves get caught. Like, your LC and your OD should never be in range of each other. And Jonas McCann found the opening and just took it. He said, guys, it's our time. And it had given, it gave Limp so much time. Like, that wasn't an instant RP. It was, oh, we got a whole call to do this. Let's set up and hit everyone we can.
And Loda did 4,000 plus damage that fight, or really around that mark, by far the most in the fight. And, you know, with that Empower and how the cleave damage, I'm sure, coming from that, plenty of it. So, just, that was the lineup that Alliance exactly needed. And all of a sudden that net worth, so much for being a 5,000-6,000 net worth lead. It's now practically even.
Yeah, Pudge bought back, which takes a lot of the net worth off there. You just got to calm down if you're mouz. You're still totally fine. You just need to relax, focus on positioning. And unfortunately, relaxing can be a little hard for mouz's lineup. we know the players. They're very tempo-based, very emotional.
They got a Lycan howling constantly. That Mask of Madness ready to go. But we're just gonna have a face-off here at the bottom. Whoa! I thought for sure that was gonna hit the Treant. Actually, it almost seemed like it hit the hitbox, but it just didn't. So, but then now they know the reward's there for sure. Saw them pinging it out, in fact, and they're just gonna have to fall back as mouz. So, Alliance, they defend that tier 1 bottom. Treant's good for that as well.
Okay, so I like this answer from LC. Instead of worrying about how you're going to kill the PA, let's just stop her from doing damage. They are going to just try to get a halberd up, which is going to negate all of PA's initiation potential until BKB. And that will be a long time coming as the ulti orb is picked up. I wonder if Loda just goes Lincoln's. Like, I was thinking Mantha would be okay, but Lincoln's to potentially stop a duel could be what they need.
Well, so that's like almost a preemptive Heaven's Hour then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Take off the Lincolns.
To be fair, I think you might actually get more benefit by blowing the Lincolns with duel and halberding. But...
Oh, this time the duel is going to get some benefit. Axe, he goes down. Ports are coming in, but without Axe, they're not nearly as confident taking a fight, you'd think. Dara, though, man, he's at half life right there. Loda's jumping in, actually. Wow, he's being really aggressive here. There's Dismember going off in the backlines, actually. Spartan jumping in, does catch Limp, but he ends up costing himself his own life. I did not expect Pudge to be way back there. Loda was charging in.
Yeah, Spartan went really deep. Really deep. Just wanted to stop the mag blink RP was his idea. He thought they were going to go, and it really came back on maybe next time not having a blink dagger yet. Couldn't get in range to get the lift. I don't think he was expecting the Hurricane Pike to come out from Thug, because they seemed a little confused once that all happened. Spartan was already throwing his body in to stop the blink RP, and yeah, a little bit of miscommunication.
Radiant's middle tower has
Alliance capitalizing off of said mistakes of mouz, and sure, it's a hero kill lead still for mouz of 18-12, but the net worth is even now dipping in favor of Alliance, and that's a lot of it is Loda, but you have both the Magnus and the Axe moving up quite a bit. Magnus with that 4-stab to go with the blink. Axe, he almost has the blade mill finished. That'd be nice assistance as far as...
That'll be a huge pickup for him.
What does OD get next? He did choose to get the Midas here.
You need something to hit Loda. I really think you do. BKB doesn't do that much in this game, and the only real purpose of going BKB would be if you think you're going to get overgrowth every fight and you want to break. But in that case, you might as well go Manta and get the extra attack speed. So I would say I'd like to see Bloodthorn. I think that's the best item he could go. Could potentially stop Limp's RP when Limp blinks in. Gives you a way to kill the PA. Seems like the best item.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Limp.
Skewer on Madara.
Skewer on Madara at the bottom lane. No RP or anything couldn't just yet. There's the call, and down goes Lycan. It's like the call just evaporated him right there.
Skylar caught too.
Jeez, where was he TPing to? Wow, that was the top tower. Took forever.
Pudge, Spartan had just ported up there.
Well, at least he
Skylark was really slow on the reaction there. I'm not going to say he necessarily could have made sure Lycan lived, but if he blink pressed the attack, either on the skewer or on the call, could be an entirely different fight. At the very least, you burn shapeshift and potentially get away. But that's, I mean, these kind of things are big for Alliance. They didn't have to commit RP for that, so everything's still up. They can keep going.
Obviously, the Aegis no longer, but Phantom Assassin did choose to get that Lincolns. And you do see the Heaven's Albert almost finished from LC, though. So, but yeah, you were kind of suggesting that idea that you would almost rather burn the Lincolns with a duel.
Like, I'm not going to say that sounds good in theory, but as you saw from last fight, the last real fight, PA is all of their damage. Duelinger takes it out, yes, but she can still cleave with the Empower, so if anyone's too close to the LC, they get cleaved. You risk losing your LC to that, because he's not super farmed. No Blade Mail. To reflect the damage, will definitely lose, and you don't want to risk losing a duel right now to Loda. That'd be the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to say it's what you want to do, but if you can't break the Lincolns another way, I think duel into Halberd is probably better than Halberd into duel.
If it's like that's a decision you had to make without relying on your teammates, then yeah, I think, yeah, it's actually honestly a fair point, I think. And how long is the disarm?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's, I want to say, is it 3.5? It's
5.5.
No, 5.5 on range, 3 seconds on melee. Okay.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under
So,
attack.
3 second disarm there.
Which 3 seconds is the duration of the RP, like longer than the duration of RP. So then you have time to, well, right now it's the exact same, but It gives you time to reposition them. Like, the PA is not going to insta-kill you right when the RP comes out. And then you can kind of readjust and decide how the fight's going to go. I like the item pickup either way. No matter what he decides to do with it, I think it's good here. OD's playing more on the selfish end. Just said, I need a Shiva so I don't die. Not worrying about how she's going to kill PA. Not worrying about the silence. Just wanting to get a bunch of armor stacked up here.
Yeah, that's Shiva's. He's got the Mystic Staff already. And Heaven's Operator has been finished on LC. I mean, you do consider duel itself being level 3 now. It is a 5.5 second
Limp
launch.
Shadowblade is going to see Thug here. Are they going to just RP him?
Oh, my gosh. Something gave it away. Or just simply...
Oh, this ward. Wait, no?
No, I watched their vision. They had nothing.
Yeah.
I think that was just intuition.
Read. Wow. That was close. Losing Thug there without buyback would have been pretty crippling.
Yeah. So Alliance will have to try to make a smoke play themselves, but as we already see, mouz is doing the same at the top lane, so everyone's just going to kind of head up there. And they may eventually meet, but Alliance has a positioning in the sense of catching them off guard.
And in reality, as long as the RP is only on 1 or 2, and Thug is not one of those 2, I feel like mouz has the chance to win any fight. If he can get a couple stacks and just ult.
Loda. Oh, there we go. He takes it off with the Heaven's Operator. We'll get the duel off, but the RP in return once again coming out from Limp right here. The Skewer, however, is going to miss. Madara will take on Handskin action in the back lines, but the Shallow Grave keeping him alive. They do lose LC. And now Alliance trying to figure out who they want to go on next. Spartan's like, hey, I'll bring you to me. He gets one shot right there from Loda. And now Madara is going to be fine. It ends up only being the 2 casualties there for mouz, but...
Literal one shot.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4 was the crit if you saw the amount. It was pretty cute.
Saw some number pop up there, so
yep.
Yeah.
It was actually 1,234. It looked really nice on the screen, like he was counting. But Thug was too scared to even auto somebody in that fight. Like, that's really odd to me when he has both Hurricane Pike and Blink Dagger to reposition. He didn't get caught by the initial initiation, didn't find anyone to build any orb stacks on, and got nothing done. He just pieced as soon as the RP came down. And I thought that fight was fine for them. Like, they got the RP off early. They killed maybe next time right away. But Lycan was still half health and tearing through the Dazzle.
Shallow Grave's been huge, though. I'll say that because I feel like whenever Madara goes on a target that comes down, in fact, he's going to be in trouble right here. He gets skewered backwards into a Berserker's Call Source. Now, he didn't get actually hit by it right there, but they're still chasing after him and eventually should be able to secure this kill. Loda will run him down with that BKB. So a little awkward of sorts, but Alliance does get the 1 kill, and they want more Berserker's Call, but the OD imprisons his teammate right there in the LC. Commander. Oh, the Overgrowth is late. Blinked out before.
Yeah, I'm going to call this and say mouz is on tilt. I really do think so. Their play is very, very inconsistent from what it was in Game 1. Even in the start of this game, like, I think that big RP and Loda blowing them all up just made them very gun-shy.
And it's, you can't really blame them. That's one of those demoralizing things. I know any human obviously could feel that, but they've played a lot of matches, man, and in the top tier matches like this, stuff like that's going to happen. Have to do your best to just shake it off, but it does feel like, so much for that clean Dota, as we were mentioning earlier. It has got a little sloppier from mouz, but Alliance, like I said earlier, they found the chances. In fact, Berserker's Call here will catch LC as he's just trying to simply farm out the top lane.
He's buybackless.
Yep.
So this is going to be Roshan for sure. I imagine they're not going to try to push too much after this until they just reset and make sure everything's good, but they definitely could. The Sorosh is going to fall in 10 seconds, maybe less. Damn, Loda's critting for almost 1,600.
There's Roshan. And there's the Aegis, and let's just pick up this double damage rune here. Now push out. Yeah, I do not fight if I'm mousy right now. Let that DD wear off at least.
These crits are almost going to be 2K. Like, Rubik for sure, possibly even Pudge could get one shot by a dagger right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So he gets the chance, but these are on the wolves right there, but they miss. Okay, there's a Hurricane Pike, keeps her at a distance. Oh, they're going to get a hook, actually. Dismember comes out, Limp Skewer. It's going to force it to fall back, though. So Loda does have freedom now. The Raiding Courier gets killed meanwhile.
It was like running outside of base. That's a lot of games we've seen that happen.
Scouting
Loda's
tool,
such a bully right now.
Yeah, living armor. He still has the BKB. Remember, he has the Aegis. Madara's like, I don't even care about you. I want your back line. I want to find somebody. Oh, takes one hit right there and drops almost a half of his life, it feels like. And that's one back in.
This doesn't seem like the 4 Protect 1 lineup we saw with Navi or even last game. But in reality, that's how mouz needs to think of it. Madara needs to do exactly what he was going to do there, but with the whole team. Run to the back line, just disrupt the way the team fight's going to go. LC just needs to throw his body in there, and you just need to start running stacks up on OD. Like, Thug has to hit people.
God, look at how fast that range tracks goes down. They're just simply trying to stall. Berserker's call will hit, though, but the hook and counter. Meanwhile, LC in the backlines. He will get the duel off into Dazzle. The overgrowth, though, and Dazzle will remain alive for the time being. Skewers away the LC, and Skylark now, he's in a horrible spot. Back to the base. Skylark's probably dead, but what's going on over here? BKB, followed by Phantom Assassin as he runs out, and the rest are going to be fine. LC's still alive. A good chance to go back to him, but just to see Loda finish him off.
There's the Alliance side still does very little damage outside of Loda. He is their team right now. And unfortunately, once that BKB was popped, Thug couldn't do anything to him.
Another hook. All right, he's pretty deep here. That's a tier 3 tower doing some damage. But Phantom Strike, and he's now fine. Off this to his teammate there. And they do not even want to fall back. I mean, they just want to keep this going here. Because they know while they're doing this, mouz is just pinned to their base, just getting 0 farm. In fact, OD, oh, he avoids the getting that counter hook at Limp. Oh, boy. He wanted the biggest RP ever. Instead, he got nothing. He'll take it, Limp. And now there's a counter RP coming out from Rubik. But where's the cleave? Do they have it? Down goes Magnus in the midst of it. Phantom has stayed alive, though, as the evasions are kicking in. He's going right for Madara. And Madara just limping away himself. Another dagger coming out, and the double kill secured for Loda right there. Buyback happens onto OD, actually, but the melee racks is going to fall. Oof, that got interesting there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Loda's such a beast to take down. When I was talking about item answers, none of them found one yet. Another duel on Dazzle. Like
same thing, literally the same thing that happened last time, and Hanskin's going to stay alive. And now Phantom Assassin going in. He is disarmed for the Heaven's Halberd, but he'll just start running away now, realizing that, oh, there's that one shot. Oh, I'll just quickly throw a dagger to your face.
Use your Shivas.
Spot him out, Thug chasing. There's the Shivas. Oh, he just got his eye on Scotty. He's like, all right, now I'm man mode. Now I'm ready, guys. I was waiting this whole time. There's a support coming in from Rubik. He actually buys back for this. They really want this kill, but it's so difficult to take out the raid boss that is Loda. I think they got it, though.
That's just Aegis.
And that's just
another round.
Let's see some big crits here. Let's go.
And they have no
CC
up at this exact
Spartan.
point.
Nope. OD puts him under. Pops the BKB. And support's coming, so you have to be careful to chase here for mouz.
Okay. Not going to overcommit. Or are they?
Lincoln's on cooldown. He has a blink. He's going to go for it. Yep, Lincoln's just came off cooldown. Limp will skewer him away, though, so they have the response man to this duel every single time. Skylark goes down. 1,500 crit coming out. And Madara once again going to go shapeshift. And look at where we're at all of a sudden. mouz is now running at Alliance, but it still feels like Alliance is such in a good spot. With Loda still being so big. Spartan's going to be picked up. OD barely alive, puts himself under. Hanskin with that shallow grave yet again coming through. And GGs have actually been called, so they're just fighting out of their base.
I mean, that's the snap DC out of Skylark. And to be honest, I don't think I've seen such a disappointing performance out of Thug in a long time. Like, he had every tool he needed in that game. And the way to execute is not that hard. Like, wait for Loda to go on someone, blink to someone else and hit them, farm stacks off someone without 50% evasion, and then just ult Loda. Like, even with the extra stats that Loda had from the Lincolns and Scotty, you still, your ult can do 1,000+ damage to him. Get your stacks off of other people and then just jam the R button. But every time we saw Thug in the last 20 minutes there was just trying to hit PA the whole time.
Well, in the end, we got a game 3, so that's something to be really excited about for sure. Look at Loda, man, 15-2-8 that game. Obviously ended up being very impressive, but yeah, you think back, it was that clumping up of mouz as they were checking out the Roshan pit. Up until that point, they were so good off. They were a good 5,000-6,000 net worth lead. And then the call into the RP, and Alliance did not look back from there. basically what happened.
I mean, Alliance is not getting Mag next game. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. No, Alliance in general as a team, again, you usually just don't want to give up Mag. So mouz gave it a chance there, but yeah, learning the lesson, if anything. And I'm sure we'll see that ban, unless they first pick it themselves, of course. But, well, we got that game number 3 coming up, guys. And that's going to be our final game of the day. I'm sure it's going to be a good one to finish things off the way this series is going. Alliance Mousesports coming at you. Game number 3, the winner moves on. The loser will be bounced down to the losers bracket. Stay tuned on Breaking CPK, joined by Z-Rock. We'll be right back.